Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tomasz and welcome to the VBA On Your Own series. In this video, we will look through the table data looking for the names which values in ID column are below 5000. To do that, we will use do while loop. So let's go straight to the VBA editor. Here we will insert the module and name the subroutine. So first thing I'd like to do is declaring the worksheet and setting. So after that, we know that we will need some integers like integer for the iterator, for the name column index, for the ID column index, and for example, last row of the table. Also, we will need two constants like ID and name. So let's start with the constants. Name, and now let's declare the integers variables. Name column index integer, ID column index integer, and last row as integer. Okay, to declare our variables, it will be useful to start with brackets. And now we can go to the integers. Let's start with the name column. Okay, and to find the name column index, we will use a match function from the worksheet functions. Now we will pass the name constant, the range, so it's the first row, and we want 100% match. The same thing we will do with the ID column index. We will use worksheet functions, match ID, the first row, and 100% fit. And now we will find the last row of our table data. And here we can use the ID column index. Okay. And now the most important part, the do while loop. Let's start with the beginning and the ending. First of all, do and ending, loop, while, and condition. So what we want to do during the looping, so I can say that it's almost the same like the for loop. In the middle, so during every iteration we want to check what we are interested in. So in this case we want to check on the value from the column ID if it's below the 5000 for every row. So assuming that we are looping every row, we need a conditional like I will use now I, which I declared for the iterator, but still didn't put any value. But for now I will just write it here, ID value. So if it's below 5,000, we just want to see the name of the person. Okay. And let's go back to the iterator. So knowing that we will gonna loop through every row, and also we know that we will start from the second row till the last row. So outside the loop, so before the loop, we can put the value into the I variable as 2. And after every conditional, so after we check every row, we want to go to the next row. So here we will put something like this. We will increase the value by 1 after every conditional. And now we need a condition for our loop. So we want to loop while our iterator is smaller or equal to the last row. So loop while I is smaller or equal to the last row. Okay, so the coding part is finished. Now it's time to check this, but I will put here the breakpoint to see if our final condition is correct. Okay, let's test it. And okay, we can see that Tony is below 5,000 in ID column. Okay, Maria. Okay, Rufus. Okay, Mark. Yeah, Harry and Greg. This is all correct. And why I put here the breakpoint, because I wanted to make sure that we looped through beginning from the second row and ending on the last row. We can see that the last row is having a 13 value, and our I variable, so our iterator after the looping part, is 14. And this is a good sign, because in the last loop the conditional was checking the cells from the 13th row, and after the conditional the iterator increased by 1, so there goes the condition in the loop while, and it exits the do loop. So the condition was correct. So in this exercise we looped through the table data using the do loop while, and from now on I hope that you can see that for loop is not the only option. You can also use the do while loop for such things. So if you like this video, please leave a like below, and if you want to be updated about my latest uploads, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate that. Also, I invite you to my website, simpleexcelvba.com, to my Pinterest profile with all the memes from my articles, to my Facebook profile, and if you want to show your support to my channel, you can buy me a coffee. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.